split down the middle on this bill. 93 Democrats voted against it. 93 Democrats voted for it. So we're not alone in this battle, but we are alone in the sense that we have been left high and dry by this president that many of us voted for, many of us worked for, many of us gave money to in 2008. Many of us are in groups that are aligned with the Democratic Party. We're here today to say the Democrats are not going to get off on this. They're the ones, along with their Republican cohorts, destroying the rights of this country. If the Bill of Rights goes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends and comrades, brothers and sisters, we won't be able to do stuff like this. So this goes to the essence of us as progressives and Democrats and liberals and radicals and anarchists and socialists. It goes to the heart of our America. And if this Bill of Rights is destroyed by this bill, things that we do in everyday life to take for granted will no longer be there. Trial by jury, jury of your peers, the right against unreasonable searches and seizures, the right not to incriminate yourself, the right not to be tried in a secret trial. These are all rights that we all know the history 200 years ago that people fought for these rights. But the language of the Declaration of Independence was superseded by the Constitution, the language of the Constitution, which codified the rights of property owners. The Declaration of Independence declared that all men and women have a right to life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And then it was the Bill of Rights that came up from the grassroots. People back right in the new colonies, the new country, looked at the Constitution and said,
okay, I have something embarrassing to admit. I'm a lifelong Democrat. Now I know a lot of you see that as a character failing. And I got days I feel the same way. But I have to say we're here, frankly, not merely to protest and demand our civil rights. In a funny way, I think we're also here as environmentalists. You see, we're trying to save an endangered species. It's known as Democratus backbonus. And there are very few of those left around. Take a look at Obama. He seems to mean well. He talks the talk, he just doesn't walk the walk. He said he was gonna veto this bill, but he backed down. He said he was gonna stop that tar sands pipeline, but he backed down. He came into office promising a new day in America, standing up for the little guy. What did we get? More bailouts to the bank, and Tim Geithner, the head of the Treasury, a pinup boy for Wall Street. That's why I am here to try and save the Democratic Party. I'm actually a member of that part of the Democratic Party that the late Paul Wellstone referred to as the Democratic part of the Democratic Party. A shrinking minority these days, it would seem, but a very important one. Kurt Vonnegut once said, you know, taking a look at Democrats, you could carve better politicians out of bananas. And I'm afraid he might have been right. And we are here to give those politicians backbones. We are here to stand up to what that Democratic Party is supposed to believe in, the basic rights of citizenship. We are here to stand up for the basic ability to assemble and not to be fearful about being kidnapped and held in detention. That should be for everyone. That is spine, this is not spin. We shouldn't even have to talk about this stuff. This should be undebatable. Where is the Democratic Party of FDR in this? This was a man of the 1%. who came into office and developed sympathy and legislation to support the 99%. We have with Obama the opposite of that. A man from the 99% that seems bent on helping only the 1%. Where is that Democratic Party that I was raised in? We have these, there's a turnstile in Congress these days. The guys touch down, they spend a few years getting tenure, making bills, and they go right out to the private sector where they make millions. Just a couple of examples. There's an interesting article in today's New York Times about this stuff. Out of the 450 some odd surviving members of the Congress, over 370 of them are now lobbyists, on average making over $1 million a year.
That's a crime.
That is not America they're representing. That is that 1%. And we are here to stand up for everyone else.
Oligarchs.
This is not enough today. Take a look around. These are not bad numbers. But this issue is too big to let it stand alone with just us. We need to sit in. We need to speak out. We need to stand up for what the party of the Democrats are supposed to be, what this country is supposed to stand for. Freedom, support for us all, and not just that 1%. We have to make our voices known. No matter how small our numbers now, we have to yell louder. No matter how much they ignore us, we have to make our voices heard. This issue is too important to back down. Keep up the fight. It will not stop until we win. Thank you.
Would anybody else like to share their feelings and thoughts for the day? The rest of us? Eric? Hi. I'm proud to say that I am not a Democrat, but I usually side with them on most issues.